So you guys been wanting me to change the theme song sound quality, but I'm gonna keep the same song. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Just how she plays them, and she does that. She does it with the cat. Does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. Hopefully that fixed the audio. Crazy Cat does not own any of these pictures or books or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational purposes, so the people who watch them learn a little bit something when they do it. Hopefully that fixed the audio. I only did all those years ago. No, I don't want to do this. I'm scared of this thing. Be worth it. Alright, hi one Martha here. So I finished, well, last night I finished, but I was too tired to do a video. So late these episodes air when I finally got time to watch it. So this is for episode 3, season 2 of Last of Us. And you see in the background gameplay of the game. That gameplay is mine, so if you want to watch me play it, I'll put a link in the description down below, so you can watch me play it and discover everything fresh, because this is back when the game came out. Yeah, it's before I got this mic of mine, so might not be the best, but yep. So let's get start talking what happens in this episode. And yep, a lot of it did make me want to cry, because I don't understand why do some people don't like this person who plays Ellie. I think Bella Rosie, I think she does a great job playing her. I know, yes, some people think, I think that, yes, she doesn't look like her. That person playing Abby does look a little bit more like her, but I think I've already accepted her as Ellie, Bella. So the episode starts with Tommy looking at Joel's dead body, and we don't see it because it's underneath a blanket, I guess. So Pedro Pascal doesn't have to be there. All we see is like his hand and the broken watch that he wore that Sarah gave to him. And I do like what Tommy says here. Tell Sarah I said hi. Like, aww. That's sad. And then the very first thing happens when Ellie wakes up. She remembers that she remembers just what happened, and she starts screaming. Totally understand, because when you just lose somebody, no matter how you lose them, if they were really important to you, first thing you have to do when you wake up is remind yourself that they're gone, and it sucks. You have to continue doing that every single day of your life. And then it's been like 3 months later. We have passed. Ellie's allowed to leave, but she has to talk to Gail, the one who's played by Catherine O'Hara, the mom from Home Alone, and she asks her, like, how do you feel? He said he felt like he wronged you, and we know that Ellie knows, because well, later on in the game, when we get to that part, do I tell you guys? Okay, spoilers for the continuation of the game. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, sorry. And that is, Ellie goes back to the spot where she was about to be killed and get the thing out of her head that allows her to be immune and use it as a cure. But Joel goes down there and finally tells her the truth, and that's how he wronged her by lying to her. But she knows about it. She doesn't want to have to tell everybody about it, though, including Gail. And he keeps on. And then she brought up the fact that he saved her. That Joel saved Ellie a bunch of times. And she just said, Joel saved me a whole bunch of times. Which is true, but not the time she was addressing. And then we have a couple. Ellie goes to the house. They don't really show her, like, she's hesitant. In the game, she was really hesitant to go inside the house. Dana had to go in there, had to, to ask her, do you want me to go and get whatever you want me to get? Whatever you want to get? And she says, no, I want to go and get it. And so she finally goes in there. But there's no hesitation in the show. And they showed his grave until, after she goes in the house. In the game, they show it before she goes in the house. So I think it's buried in a different spot. And in the game, the gravestones are part of the town. In the show, they're buried outside the town. Oh yeah, Abby, Sarah, the one who played Ellie in the game, she was in the last episode, kind of, because we only heard her her singing voice, Ashley Johnson, and I did like that. I forgot to mention it last time. I want to make sure I mention it here, because they really can't put her in a cameo physically, because she was Ellie's mom in last season, so she has. I think they're probably going to do the same exact thing with Troy Baker. Eventually, have him sing a song in the background. That way, these two both get cameos in there, even though both their characters who they played are dead. So, I did like that Ellie's actress is playing and was singing a song last episode. I didn't want to add number this time around. So Ellie goes up there to get Joel's gun and look at the watch that Sarah gave him. And then we have a couple of scenes that were definitely not in the game. Because since what happened in the last episode where all those people with the raid that the infected brought, and when the bloater broke it, and all those people who got killed, so they lost a lot, and they just got back, and this company's got done mending the fence of what the bloater did to it. And one girl says we cannot spare any body, and then we have a guy who said he's a Christian, says we should start to forgive. And all people who spoke up for Ellie was Seth, the guy who insulted her a couple nights ago at the New Year's party, and stood up for her, just saying that we should be able to. He took one of our own. So yep, he's really showing that he's sorry and try to stand by her, even though Ellie does not want to say one single word to him. Still, I mean, I don't blame her. I still don't like him. I mean, I think that it's cool that he's standing right by her, but doesn't mean we still have to don't like him. And we have them, everybody vote, including Tommy's wife and Jesse, who I'm guessing, I know, because they end up losing the vote. Only 3 people vote yes, about 8 voted no. So we know who 2 of them are probably that said yes, and that's probably Tommy and Jesse. The third one, we don't know. It could, I don't think it's Tommy's wife. I don't think it's Sarah. Not Sarah. I'm trying to remember Tommy's wife. Hold on. Maria. Okay. Who? Because in the game, she did not really want Elodie to go. She didn't want nobody to get hurt. Now, this didn't happen, as far as we know, because they didn't mention this in the episode. I know you guys are probably tired of me referring back what happens in the game, but it's kind of happen. You kind of have to when you're adapting something. Tommy already left by the time Ellie goes to look in the house. In the show, we don't know if he has left. And Dana tells them their names Owen, Manny, and Abby, some other ones, and tells them that they're on the back of their jackets was a wolf, and it said WLF, and for Washington, Liberty Ford. So they're in Seattle. So after they voted, Ellie decides to sneak out behind them. I did like also that Jesse was trying to get her to punch and help her train for it. And he says that we can't discuss what happens because since he's on the council. And then her and Dana sneak out with help of Seth, still like of all people, and hands him his gun because she says the gun that he has is better. I was hoping please don't make him come. Well, and we don't like him too. He can't come because he's not in the condition to. Because he's walking around with a freaking cane. Good thing he didn't come. And then we jump to the characters in the game that were Liv's group. Well, she's not there, and good that she's not there because what happens later on. There's a little girl who wants to have a hammer, and I'm guessing the dad or one of the leaders gives her a hammer and explains their the person they worship about how they do things around here, and say that she's dead, and then they all of a sudden they hear something, and the little girl asks, "Is it demons?" Which they infected, and I said, "No, it is the wolves." Basically, which we're supposed to think it's Abby's group, but because when Ellie and Dana come across them, Dana comes back from where all of them are dead, including the little girl, and she goes up and froze up. Now, I already know why she's throwing up, because they're already showing signs of her, because she's pregnant, but she hasn't told Ellie that yet, and you're not supposed to know yet unless you play the game. It could be still yes because the little girl's dead, but I think it's because she's already having morning sickness, or it could be both. And Ellie's I can't believe that if it's Abby's group that they would kill a little girl. I think they're just trying to show how scary she could be. And then we see a lookout from where they're at, looking out for people. And then right around that time it ends. So there's a little bit of times where I didn't like this episode because it was especially when they're on the road, nothing was really happening. And there was a part where Abby and Ellie were in the tent, and Dana. Why did I say Abby? Dana was asking Ellie how much do you just rank my kiss, and she says 6. Which I'm probably gonna give this episode a 7, because there was a little bit times where I did want it to end. So I hope next time there is a little bit more fighting. I do know why there wasn't fighting in this episode, because it's mostly everybody mourning over Joel's death, and I do know we're gonna see him later on. We should, because everybody's thinking that he's not gonna be in it because now that his actor's dead. But there is flashbacks in the game So if they want to adapt it correctly, they should have Pedro in those scenes. So hope you guys enjoy this. Like, favorite, subscribe, and bye-bye.